Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Chantel and today I'm going to be doing another bi-weekly wrap-up of my reading. This is mostly going to be reading this time, though I will probably be watching a film that I may do a review of like a little bit later on in a few days or something. But yeah, so I've haven't done a lot of reading actually the past couple of weeks. I've only finished 2 books in the last 2 weeks, and I've started a third. But I have also received a few things that I ordered that are very special that I want to show off, so I'm going to do that as well in this video. So, first of all, the things that I finished reading in the past 2 weeks. I did finish reading Red City by Marie Lu. This is a new-ish release. I've had a few library books come in that are all sort of 2025 releases, newish releases that I've been working my way through. And this is the first adult novel from Marie Lu, who I believe has been primarily a YA author up to this point. This is the first novel that I've read by her, and I did generally enjoy it. I think it's good. If you're not familiar with the premise of this novel, it's a sort of contemporary urban fantasy with some sort of dark criminal elements to it. It's set in a kind of alternate version of Los Angeles called Angel City for some reason. I don't know why. I'm going to be honest. One of the things that I'm not entirely sure what the reasoning was behind changing the names of like some cities, but not all cities in this book. I'm not really sure what the point was, apart from just to occasionally remind you that like this is an alternate version of our world. But it's not consistent. So like Angel City is Los Angeles, and like it is just quite literally Los Angeles. It's just called Angel City, not Los Angeles in this book. Same with London is called Londinium, the Roman name for London. Again, I don't know why. There's a couple of other cities, I think. New York City is just Gotham in this book for some reason. Again, there doesn't seem to be any reasoning for that, aside from just reminding us that this is not our world, this is an alternate world. But some cities are the same. So like Berlin is still just Berlin, and Oxford is still just Oxford. So I don't know. I don't know what the reasoning is for that. But I will say this is pretty fun. I enjoyed it. I liked the world building. I think Marie Lu did a good job of delineating the characters. This is mostly like a dual POV novel, so we get primarily our 2 main characters' POVs, Ari and Sam, and we tend to sort of switch back and forth between them. Though there are a couple of other POV characters that get inserted once in a while, but yeah, it's basically like these 2 people meet in like middle school, grade school, become close friends, and unbeknownst to each other, they are each being trained, groomed by these 2 rival, they're called, I guess, alchemy syndicates. Magic in this world is called alchemy. And they're both, unbeknownst to each other, learning alchemy from these 2 rival syndicates and becoming members of these 2 rival syndicates, such that by the time they discover this fact when they are adults, it kind of destroys their relationship, as these 2 alchemy syndicates are sort of, their tensions are rising and there's a war brewing between them for, control of the this drug, this magical drug that's called sand. And so it's, crime syndicates, it's crimey, it's dark, it's gritty, it's urban fantasy, there's magic, there's blood and murder, and star-crossed lovers, basically. Ari and Sam are basically, they're in love with each other, and but they're on opposite sides of a war, basically. So that's the premise of this. It's very fun. I enjoyed it a lot. I'll probably continue reading this series whenever the next one comes out, because yeah, it's definitely like hooked me enough that I'll be continuing. I want to find out what happens next. If they'll ever be together or whatever. It's fun. I wouldn't call this a romantasy necessarily. It doesn't feel like a romantasy to me. It feels like a much more of a dark fantasy with this star-crossed romance sort of at the heart of it. I don't know. Terminology is weird. Maybe it is a romantasy. I don't know. But I did enjoy it. It's fun. And I'm not opposed to reading romantasy once in a while either. I do that sometimes. So anyway, this is good. Red City by Marie Lu. Again, this is her first adult novel, just recently published, I think. Yeah, so recommend. And then I also read another debut adult novel from a well-known middle grade YA author, and that's The Magician of Tiger Castle by Louis Sachar. I don't know how to, I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce his name, sorry. He's the author of Holes, if you've read Holes. I've not read Holes. I've not read anything by this author, but I know of him, right? I know of him. This is a really fun book as well. This is a historical fantasy kind of fairy tale for adults, and I enjoyed it a lot. I feel like this is told in first person. Our main protagonist, our POV character, is Anatole, and he's the magician. He's the titular magician of Tiger Castle, and he's telling us this story from explicitly from the setting of the present day, but he's telling us the story of the thing that happened to him in the 15th century. And that's not a spoiler. He tells you right away in the beginning of the book, like, this is what's going on. So it's really just a matter of, like, he's sort of explaining sort of how he got here, right? And he's telling the story of this princess whom he was serving their family. He was serving the king and queen. This princess, the daughter of the king and queen, is betrothed to this prince from another country. And it's important that this alliance happen because the country is in sort of dire financial straits and yada yada. But she's fallen in love with a commoner, and our titular magician, Anatole, is tasked with fixing this problem. And it kind of goes from there, and it spirals from there. It's often very funny. I really enjoyed the sort of whimsical nature of this story, and I really appreciated the narrative voice of Anatole, because he's often very kind of tongue-in-cheek, and he will often make sort of side remarks or tangents that sort of bring you back and remind you that, yes, he's sitting in a cafe in, like, the present day, and he's telling you this story. And so it's very fun, where he'll be like, oh yeah, those crazy backwards 15th century people, just so nutty. And, I'm going to explain a thing now about how, medicine worked in the medieval era or whatever. It's very fun and enjoyable. I really liked it a lot. It was very charming, I think. It's very charming. I don't know that I would call it cozy, but it certainly is quite charming and whimsical. But definitely like a fairy tale for grown-ups kind of situation. So that's The Magician of Tiger Castle by Louis Sachar. And then continuing with my recent release type reading, I have just recently started reading The Bewitching by Silvia Moreno Garcia. This is my third Silvia Moreno Garcia book that I'm reading. I read Mexican Gothic, which I really loved, and I read Certain Dark Things, which I liked but didn't love. I thought it was a little bit amateurish. I think Certain Dark Things is like one of her earliest, if not her earliest novel, and it's like okay. But it's well written. I like her writing style, and I really like the subject matter of this particular book, which is, this is a multi-generational story of several women who all seem to be haunted by potentially the same witch. So there's like at least 3 separate time periods, I believe. I've just started it. I'm literally less than 50 pages in, so I'm not prepared to really talk in depth about this, but and it's a little bit dark academia adjacent. One of our main characters is a grad student in English literature in 1998. And I appreciate that. I'm as a former academic myself, I appreciate any story that is really willing to go into the weeds on academia and what it can do to your mental health. And so that's, I'm really enjoying this so far. Silvia Moreno Garcia is a really good writer. I like her stuff. So yeah, I'm enjoying this new release from her as well. So that's my reading for the past couple of weeks. I've been kind of low on motivation, which is why I've only finished 2 books. I've still been reading every day. And that is, by the way, The Magician of Tiger Castle is, by the way, my 69th read of the year. Nice. But, yeah, I've just been kind of low on motivation for reading, so I haven't been reading. I've been reading at a slower pace than usual, we'll say. But I did receive a couple of items that I've been sort of anxiously expecting and or attempting to add to my collection for a while that I'm really excited about and would like to show you. The first item is a book that I kind of purchased on a whim. It's been something that I've wanted to add to my collection for a long time, but because it's out of print, it's quite pricey, and I just I'd been reluctant to pull the trigger on it for a long time, but I finally just decided to go for it because I found a deal that is about the best I'm probably going to get on it, because it is so it's so far out of print, and it's can be so pricey to get. So I did receive this used copy of Coppola and Eco on Bram Stoker's Dracula. Yeah, so this is a large, it's hard to, like, it's a big book. It's a coffee table book. And this is it's a photography book of discussing the costume designs in Bram Stoker's Dracula. And as I said, this has been out of print for decades, so it is very pricey. It's not difficult to find, I would say. It's just expensive to buy because it's so out of print. I picked up this used version, which is the paperback version, so it's got a little bit of wear and tear. You can see like this right here, and it's even got a Sharpie mark on the bottom here. But and this cost me $150. Do I think it was worth it? Yes, I do think it was worth it. For me personally, I'm fortunate enough that I can occasionally drop a larger amount of money on something, but the photography in here is really lovely. And there's some great notes from, again, it's Francis Ford Coppola and Eco, who designed the costumes, and yeah, I really enjoy the photography in here. These shots of the red dress are just beautiful. Like the detail on that is just gorgeous, like perfect, right? And there's some shots of like, let me see. I really like these close-up shots of a couple of Van Helsing's outfits, where it's like you can see the texture of the embroidery and the silk taffeta and stuff that they got. They imported fabrics directly from Italy and France for some of these costumes. They're beautiful. So yeah, I really like this book. It's gorgeous. Like, it's just perfect. I can't. Yeah, money well spent as far as I'm concerned. This will be, this will be a prized addition to my collection of various sorts of other movie and film-related coffee table books and photography books, and making of sort of behind-the-scenes type books. So yeah, I pulled the trigger on it because, frankly, $150 was a steal. even for this copy that's a little bit worn, a mint condition hardcover of this book regularly will go for between like $500 and $800. So, and that's way out of my league. So, yeah, I just grabbed this because I could, and I had the money, and I don't regret it. So the other thing that I received I finally received my copy of the Good Omens graphic novel, which I supported on Kickstarter well over a year ago. It's probably been more like a year and a half now, but I finally received it, along with all the other items that I purchased, because I did not just buy the graphic novel. I had to buy a bunch of the other stuff that they had on offer through the Kickstarter as well. And oh my gosh, you guys, it's so exciting to finally have this. It's lovely. I love all of the stuff that I got. It's perfect. So I'm going to show off some of this stuff too. I got no fewer than 2 new mugs with it. So I got the standard, this is the standard one with Aziraphale and Crowley on one side, and it has the Good Omens, the official and ineffable graphic novel logo on the other side. And then I also got this Aziraphale and Co. mug that has Aziraphale on the other side of it. So these are great. I love a good coffee mug. I will drink my coffee out of these mugs frequently and with relish. I did also receive my Aziraphale and Co. tote bag because I had to get a tote bag. I love that they have a great quote on the back of this tote from the book. Aziraphale collected books. If he were totally honest with himself, he would have to have admitted that his bookshop was simply somewhere to store them, which is perfect. It's already got some animal hair on it, of course, because it's my house. As soon as things enter my house, they get animal hair on them. Other stuff that I got a lot of other stuff. I got the enamel pins. So these are based on the show, the television show, Aziraphale and Crowley, Michael Sheen and oh boy, David Tennant, sorry. Woo! But yeah, enamel pins, love an enamel pin. I did also get a lithograph of the artwork by Rachel Stott, which is also based on the show. This is called Eternal Encounter, which I love this artwork. Beautiful. I have a ton of artwork in this package, actually. A couple of bookmarks. This one might be my favorite one. It's very shiny and red and black. But this one is also cute. It just has the quote on the back. It was a nice day. All the days had been nice. There had been rather more than 7 of them so far, and rain hadn't been invented yet. But clouds massing east of Eden suggested that the first thunderstorm was on its way, and it was going to be a big one. So yeah, that's fun. I love a bookmark. It has Good Omens on the back too, this. So yeah, very cute. And I also got a little postcard with some art on it. Yeah, this is Aziraphale and Crowley drunk in Aziraphale's bookshop, which is great. I love this scene. It's one of my favorites in the book. And then I did get the loot pack number 1, which is just full of beautiful art. Again, this is art. So some of this art is just copies of some of the art from the book by, the art is by Colleen Doran. She's the artist who did the graphic novel itself. And so some of this is her art straight from the book. But there's a bunch of other art pieces in here that are from other artists as well. There's another great Colleen Doran piece. Love it. But yeah, and there's some other stuff in here too. David Aja. Some of it is based on the television show, and some of it is just like fan art. You know, Anna Morozova did this one. Frank Quitely did this one. There's some, I love this one by Mark Buckingham. This is beautiful. This other one by Rachel, also by Rachel Stott. I love this one too. This is great. And there's even some Alice Oseman art in here. Alice Oseman. And there's some line art that I can color in this pack, which I think is part of why I ended up getting this one, because there's a bunch of line art on the bottom here that's just line art that I can color in myself, which is great. I enjoy coloring sometimes, so that is super fun for me. And then, of course, there is, in fact, the graphic novel itself, which I got, let's see, I got it in the, I got the slipcase, and I got the reversible dust jacket. So this has got both. So this is the book itself. The slipcase is gorgeous. It's got the 3 signatures, the author's and Colleen Doran's signature as well. And it's hard to see on the camera, but you can see the sort of the line art on the cover as well. It's shiny. It's like shinier. So yeah, that's the slipcase. It's beautiful slipcase. I love this slipcase. It's gorgeous. And then here is the book itself with the dust jacket. And then I will remove the dust jacket. The dust jacket itself is reversible. So on the other side is this. So it's, again, it's TV show art. So I can reverse it if I want. Again, it's the Rachel Stott artwork on the other side. So that's the reversible dust jacket, which is great. And yeah, I love, so yeah, this is Frank Quitely's art here, and this is Rachel Stott's art. I want to give credit where it's due. And I love the inside of the flap says, "Kids, bringing about Armageddon can be dangerous. Do not attempt it in your own home." And then this is what the Naked book looks like, which is also beautiful. And the back. So yeah, this is lovely. It has red edged pages. This is some of the art inside. So yeah, this is a beautiful book. I'm very excited to finally have this. I love Good Omens. It's one of my favorite books of all time. And yeah, I love supporting the Terry Pratchett estate and Terry Pratchett's publishing company, Dun Manifestin, by supporting this Kickstarter and this beautiful artwork. So that's my Good Omens graphic novel. Very exciting and lovely addition to my collection, which I'm very happy to have. So that's all I've got for you today. I will probably be watching Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein this weekend at some point. Depending on how strong my opinions are on it, I may do a separate review video for it. It seems very divisive, which somehow doesn't really surprise me. Guillermo del Toro's stuff has been kind of divisive lately. Like everything else that's popular, he's been kind of going through a backlash. There's some people that are just like, oh, I don't know if I'm into this, which is fine. I like Guillermo del Toro, but we'll see. I have to watch it myself. I don't know really the details of what people are saying about it because I've been avoiding it. I want to watch it for myself and form my own opinions before I delve into what other people are actually saying. I just have been having the impression that some people have been really enjoying it and some people have really not been enjoying it. So we'll see how I feel about that when I watch it. Anyway, that's all I've got for you right now. Leave me a comment below if you have read any of these books or want to see more of the artwork from the Good Omens graphic novel or whatever. Tell me what you've been reading lately. Always happy to have those discussions. Leave a like if you like this, Subscribe if you want to see more, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.